Hi everyone. So today I am going to show you guys how to apply a set of solid nail strips. So solids can be a little bit trickier than your regular maybe glitter polish or designs and stuff like that, mainly just because they're a little bit thinner. They don't hide the imperfections in your nails as well as a glitter nail polish would. So they can be just a tad bit trickier to put on. So I want to show you some tips and tricks on how to apply a solid. And also I'll just cover really quick, if you missed the last video with what's in a package, I'll kind of show you that too. So I'm actually doing a neon, which is a solid. So quick tip about your neon. So neon polish does fade in the sunlight. So just be aware if you are getting a neon, it does fade in the sunlight. Now, to keep it obviously from fading, you just want to avoid like long sun exposure. And then the neon shades do have this little cardboard in the front. So that way it's not exposed to sunlight. So you just want to make sure that you keep those on it until you're ready to use them. But we're gonna do this set, which is called Shockwave. How gorgeous is this pink? I love it for the summer. And so typically what comes in your sets is going to be your nail strips, which there is 16 double-ended strips. So I'll show you that here in a second. You get a little nail file, and then you also get a prep pad, which this is just an alcohol prep pad. So you can go ahead and if you run out of these, you can go ahead and do other things with those, like use rubbing alcohol or something like that. So it does have a little pull tab on the end here. I'm just going to cut it open. Because a little quick tip, I do save all of my strips. So anything that I open, I do try to save, keyword try. So Color Street is a one-time use product, but I don't like to see things go to waste. So you get 16 double-ended strips. Now for my nails, and this is about my average length, I only use 5 strips. So out of these 16 double-ended strips, I only use 5 of them. So I want to save as much of this as possible. So what I typically do is I will shove it right back in the package, and then I will tape the top of this with just regular tape. Get all the air out of it, tape the top of it, and then I stick it in a Ziploc bag in my refrigerator, so that way none of the air hits it. So Color Street is 95% dry and 5% wet. So that 5% that's wet is what sticks to your fingernails. So you want to make sure that as soon as it hits the air, it's going to start drying out. So you want to make sure that you get those back into the package as soon as possible, because again, we do not guarantee the strips a second time around, but of course we're going to try and utilize that. So I typically, at this point, you'll just want to size up, you know, which ones fit your nails. I know which ones fit my nails because I've been doing this for a little over a year now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pull these off, the ones that I need. And then from here, so we're gonna pull those off. And then I can stick the rest back in the package if I want. So I have 3 extras. You can use these on your toes. You can stick them back in the package. You know, whatever you wanna do with them. But again, we do not guarantee them the second time around, so keep that in mind. But I am gonna tape them so that way they don't dry out and I can try to use them a second time around, right? So like I said, I just literally tape the top. I make sure that I get all the air out that I can. I'm gonna fold this over, and then I will stick this in the refrigerator. So super simple, nothing crazy to it. And then when I go to use them the second time, I will go ahead and I will make sure that they are room temperature, maybe a tad bit below room temperature, and then that's when I go to apply them. Okay, so first things first is we are going to use our prep pad. This is a really important part, so you do not want to skip this. So use your prep pad. This is what's going to get any excess oils off of your nails. Essentially, I just, you know, I didn't know until that our fingernails had oils until I started doing Color Street. The things that you learn, right? So I will also wipe my fingers with this because essentially you're just trying to get any excess oils off, because the oils is what will make the strips not stick to your fingernails. So you want to make sure that you get all extra oils off. I typically, before this too, which you guys didn't see this step, I actually went and I washed my hands with Dawn dish soap as well. So I really wanted to make sure that I got all the oils off because I am also going to be touching the strips, you'll see. So I want to make sure that I'm transferring the least amount of oil as possible. Okay, so this is your strip. You have a clear part right here. So we're gonna lift off that clear part, set that down, and then you have a silver part. So you see the white and then the silver. So you're gonna separate the white from the silver. So I'm gonna pull this off. And our neons have a white backing. It looks kind of funny. So I will angle the camera down, but you can touch the strip. I try not to get too handsy with it because I don't want it to tear or anything like that. But you can touch the strip. So what I typically do is I will line it up with my cuticle. So I'm going to line it up with my cuticle. I'm going to get as far back as I can. I'm going to point you down a little bit more so you guys can see. So I'm going to go as far back as I can. So I kind of line it up with my cuticle there, get it as far back as I can without going on the cuticle, which is a little bit hard to see with the camera like that. So now let's say so I put it down. I notice it's off to the one side more than it is the other. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift it back up. So you can, if you have not started pressing it down yet, you can lift it back up. I don't recommend doing that too many times though. All right, so I think I got it, maybe not. I think I got it placed correctly. So as you can see, it's kind of placed on there. It's a little crooked, that's okay. It's a solid, so you won't even notice if it's crooked. Oh, but it is a little lopsided. So I'm gonna actually lift that back up and put it back down. There we go. Okay, so I got it on. Now with solids, you really wanna make sure that you go up through the center, that you press down up through the center, and then off to the sides. And then off to the sides. So this is where you're going to get double-ended strips. So right here, instead of going ahead and just filing this part off like you would if you were only using just the one strip, I will go ahead and I am going to fold this part under right here. And I am going to use my fingernail to kind of perforate underneath. And see how it kind of goes under there? That's fine. I'm just gonna wrap it around so that way it can kind of cure there for a second. Like I said, it's 95% dry, 5% wet. So you wanna make sure that that 5% that's wet is really on there. And this one fit my nail pretty well, so I'm not really going to need to use my little tool all that much, but what I do use my little rubber-ended cuticle pusher for is to kind of make sure that I got all the edges down. I kind of push my cuticle back a little bit with it to make sure that it's not on top of my cuticle because that can cause lifting in the back. So then you're gonna take the other half of your strip and you're gonna rip this little tab off the bottom. So that just pops right off. And then you're gonna flip it around and you can do your other nail. So I'm gonna put this on my other pinky nail. So again, you just wanna line it up with your cuticle, drop it down through the center so you don't get any creasing at the top, and then I'm gonna go off to the sides. And I really like to make sure that I rub this baby on here because I do not want it lifting. So then I'm going to kind of fold it underneath my nail, just like that. And then I will file that off. Now, as you can see, I do have, it's kind of hard to see, but I do have a little excess there on the edge, like that's on my skin. You don't want that to be on your skin because again, it's going to cause lifting. So that's where I take the tip of this and I am going to just run it along the side, kind of trying to perforate it a little bit. Again, you can use your thumbnails for this, but you'll notice that once you then get to your thumbnails, you're gonna want this because you're not going to want to use your fingernails because you don't wanna mess up your other ones. Because like I said, it's still curing. So even though it's a dry nail polish and it's dry to the touch, you still want to give it just a minute to cure to your nails before you start, you know, peeling things up with your nails. So I'm perforating the edges there, and as you can see, I kind of lifted it away from there, and then you can just take your thumb and kind of wipe that away. Same with the other side that I already did. And then I have 2 on there. So then what you're gonna do from here is, this is where your glass nail file is going to come in handy. And I should have, actually, I think I have an opened one. Here we go. So you're gonna take, oh, and it matches my nails. So you're gonna take your glass nail file. And the reason why you wanna use glass is because it seals in that keratin at the end of the nails. So typically I do one little sweep this way, and then I go down. And again, I'm not filing to file my nails. I am filing just to get any excess off. So it's super duper light, like it's super light. It's just perforating it so that way I can peel this excess off. Oh, that one still needs a little bit more perforation there. And then, like I said, I kind of go on the edges underneath so that way I don't have any excess on the edges of my nails. And then I peel that part off so there's none on the edge of my nail, and that's what it looks like when it's done. So super duper easy. Again, I can typically do this a lot quicker. I was just going a little bit slower so I could show you guys all the details and give you guys all the fun tips and tricks. But I typically do my nails within about 10 to 15 minutes. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so it does probably take me longer than the average because I do like to make sure that they are perfect. But that's just me. So yes, love, love, love these. And with our solids, well, with all of our nail strips, everything is buy 3, get 1 free. Solids being $11, glitters being $12, and designs and glitter designs being $13. So you can mix and match your strips, all for a really good price. But I love this neon pink. It is gorgeous. I am obsessed with it. I am not ever going to want to take this one off. But yes, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and let me know in the comments too. Are you a solid girl? And if you are, what is your favorite color to wear on your fingernails? Is it pink? Is it blue? Is it purple? I personally love pinks and purples, but obviously, but that's just me. So let me know what your favorite color is, especially for the summer. We have the summer that we're heading into, or that we're, you know, already in pretty much. So let me know what your favorite polish is to wear on your fingernails. I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.